Welcome to the second section in starting ecom. In this video, I'm going to cover branding, which is picking a niche and picking winning products to sell. So first, the section overview. The goal for this section is to pick your niche and start picking winning products to sell. This is the foundation of a successful e-commerce business. If you get this right, everything becomes easier. With a good product, you can succeed with an average website and advertising. At the end of the day, people buy from you because the product you're selling them has a functional benefit to their life. It either solves a problem or adds value to their life in a meaningful way. Spend less time thinking about how can I make money and spend more time thinking how can I add value to my customer's life in a meaningful way. Picking a niche. You want to pick a general niche that you have an interest or expertise in. This will give you an unfair advantage over your competition. When you pick a niche that you have an interest or expertise in, it becomes easier for you to research the niche and understand your customers' pain points, needs, and desires. You want to be in the niche for the long term. If you pick a small market, it'll be very difficult for you to scale. So you want to pick a growing market with a lot of customers so you can scale up your business. You want to pick niches that have a broad appeal and a large market size. In addition, you want to pick a niche where there's lots of demand and established needs and desires. And finally, don't pick a niche that's oversaturated. So an example of this would be a phone. If you wanted to start a new phone company, you wouldn't be able to because Apple and Samsung and other phone companies have saturated the market. There's no space for competitors to come in. So don't pick a niche that is too saturated. So which niches do I recommend? The first niche I recommend is beauty and personal care. Now this niche is absolutely huge. It's mass market and has strong established needs and desires. People need to look and feel good about themselves. So this niche will have high conversion rates as people will be very interested in your product if you pick a good one. Another good niche is the health niche. Now this is very similar to the beauty and personal care niche, but you're specifically looking to solve problems for people. So this could be back pain, neck pain, products that solve a problem for people. People in pain are always on the lookout for solutions. So when you sell a health product that can fix one of their problems, people will be very interested in purchasing. And another niche I really recommend is the pet supplies niche. People are extremely passionate about their animals. Over 60% of households in the US own either a dog or cat. So this is a great niche and people are very passionate about their pets. There are many great products in this niche and they're great for social media. Cat videos always go viral on social media. So if you pick a good product and you create a good ad, it's very easy to go viral and get a lot of customers. Which niches do I not recommend? So the first niche I don't recommend is clothing. Now clothing is the largest e-commerce category. If you look up the biggest e-commerce brands, many of them are in the clothing space. However, it is not viable for dropshipping from China due to sizing and returns. So clothing has a very high return rate. If you're buying clothing from China, the sizes are different. A Chinese medium might be a Western extra small. So there'll be a lot of issues with sizing and returns. So I don't recommend selling clothing from China. Another option is print on demand. Print on demand is when you go to a supplier such as Printful or Printify and they can print custom designs onto your clothing. However, the issue with this is the margins tend to be very low. It might cost you $13 to print and pack a t-shirt, whereas when you do that in bulk, it might only cost you $5-6. So the margins for print on demand are very bad, so I don't really recommend it. To create a proper clothing brand, you need a high budget due to the MOQs. Now MOQs refer to minimum order quantities. As clothing is a very custom product, you need to order a lot of clothing items in order for the manufacturer to make your order. For clothing, you need a high budget and you need to be very skilled in marketing as it's a basic commodity. Clothing, it doesn't solve a problem. There's generally no wow factor to it. It's a hard product to sell. So if you don't have very good skills in marketing, it'll be very difficult to sell clothing. If it's one of your passions, then maybe it's something that you can revisit later on. Make your first 100k in profit by selling a health product or something, and once you've made your money, then you can invest into a clothing brand. Like I said, you need a high budget and you need to be very skilled in marketing. So I don't recommend it for beginners. The next niche is jewelry and watches. This is another very difficult category to dropship in as the products can be very difficult to sell. You don't have a wow factor, it's a commodity, people don't need the product, there's watches literally everywhere. Especially if it's not unique with a strong wow factor. So for jewelry and watches, you need very strong marketing to succeed. It's not easy for beginners to sell. I'd stay away from jewelry and watches. And the final niche is electronics. Now electronics is a great niche, but the issue is, electronics have a lot of refunds and they're known to break very easily, especially if you're shipping from China. So you might have many issues with returns. If you sample the product first and it works, it could work. Electronics is a huge category, but selling it from China with dropshipping may be very difficult. So next, the winning product criteria. This is the checklist you need to go through every time you're picking a winning product to sell. So the first question you have to ask is, does the product have a wow factor? does it grab attention? So the product has to stand out in the newsfeed. People have very short attention spans nowadays, so it's incredibly important that your product stands out in the newsfeed. Many people need to see that and be like, wow, I need it. So your product has to grab attention. The next question is, can it be bought in stores? If a product can be bought from any store, if it can be bought from Walmart, people won't want to buy it online. So the product has to be unique, and it has to be something that generally can't be bought in stores. The next question is it targeted to a specific niche or a specific customer? You don't want to sell everything to everyone. It's difficult to stand out that way. So if you pick a product that can cater to a specific niche, it's much better. Does it solve a problem or add value to the customer's life? People will only buy a product if it has a functional benefit to their life. If the product doesn't solve a problem or add value in a meaningful way, they won't want to purchase. So products that solve problems tend to be a lot easier to sell for beginners, so I'd recommend going after them. But products that just add value to someone's life, if they're passionate about something, for example, that can also work. The next question is, does it have a high perceived value? You need to sell products to have a high perceived value so you can make profit with ads. If you sell something for very cheap, it'll be very difficult to be profitable. So if you find products that have a high perceived value in someone's life, it'll be much easier to sell. And following on from this question, can you sell it with a 3 to 5x markup? In e-commerce, you're going to have many expenses. You have to pay for advertising, shipping costs, refunds, payment processing fees. So you need to sell products to have a high markup. When you pick a product, you need to make sure that product can be sold for 3 to 5x the markup. Not all products will qualify. Many products may only be worth the price you're buying it at. So in that case, I would avoid those products. And a final question, is it lightweight and easy to ship? Shipping will be a major expense in your dropshipping business. If you sell products that are very heavy, the shipping costs will be much higher. So it's important to pick products that are lightweight and easy to ship, and this will also give you favorable margins. Next, the pricing. So we're going to go into more detail regarding pricing. So ideally, you want a 3 to 5x markup. If you buy a product for $10, which includes shipping, you should try to sell this product for at least $30 to $50. It is also recommended that you have a $20 to $30 minimum profit margin for paid advertising, especially for Facebook ads. You could get away with less for TikTok ads as the platform is cheaper. So back in the day when Facebook was very new, it was very easy to sell products that have a very low profit margin because the ad prices were extremely cheap. However, in 2022, the ad prices are much higher than they've ever been. So it's important that you have a strong profit margin in order to be profitable with paid ads. Now, TikTok is still a new platform. The CPMs are very low, so you can get away with lower profit margins on TikTok ads. However, for Facebook ads, you want to have at least a $20 to $30 minimum profit margin. The lowest markup I'd recommend for the other products on your website is a 2x. So that means if you buy a product for $10, you can sell it for $20. If you don't have marketing costs, then this is completely viable. And with organic TikTok, you can get away with lower prices due to no advertising costs. So with organic TikTok, you can sell products at any price point because you won't be paying for advertising. However, it's very difficult to scale low margin products with paid ads unless you have a strong funnel with a high average order value or lifetime value. So if you're selling something very cheap, but people buy multiple of that product, then your AOV will be higher, so you can get away with it. And the same for lifetime value. If people have to come back and buy from you multiple times, you can get away with selling cheaper products. However, in general, you want to aim for a 3 to 5x markup. Next, how to find winning products. There are 3 main ways to find winning products. The first way is manual research. The second way is social media, and the third way is spy tools. There are many ways to find winning products, however, most of them fit into these 3 categories. So the first method is manual research, which is browsing Amazon, AliExpress, Alibaba, eBay, Etsy, Kickstarter, and niche competitors. So this just includes manually going through and finding winning products to sell. The next method is social media, which is being active on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, and YouTube. So you want to like and follow brands, like all their posts, so the algorithm will show you more content. And this works very well on TikTok. If you start liking a lot of dropshipping products on TikTok, TikTok will show you more dropshipping products. If you see ads on Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok, make sure you click on their ads and show purchase intent by adding to cart, initiating checkout, and sometimes purchasing. So when you do this, the algorithm will show you more ads as they've marked you as a buyer. And the final way is by using spy tools. So find winning ads in your market by using spy tools such as AdSpy, Minia, Sell Account, and Ecom Hunt. So this method will help you find products that are already doing well in the market, and you can use it for inspiration. So now I'm going to go into more detail regarding each of these methods. So manual research. This is a great method to find products to sell. The more you research, the higher chance you have of coming across a product that is very unique and untapped. The more research you do, the more opportunities you will have to find something unique. So there are many platforms that you can research products on. These include Amazon, AliExpress, Alibaba, eBay, Etsy, Kickstarter, and niche competitors. The more platforms you research on, the higher chance you have of finding something good. So usually I'd start with Amazon and AliExpress, and then later on you can expand onto Alibaba, eBay, Etsy, and Kickstarter. In addition, when you see ads on social media for your competitors, go onto their websites and see what they're selling. You can always go to their best sellers and see which products they're selling and which products they're promoting. When you do this, you can come across good products to sell. If you have a strong understanding of your niche, you will know which product categories to go after. So this is why I recommend picking a niche that you have an interest or expertise in, as it makes it much easier for you to find winning products to sell. You can also validate trends with Google Trends. So if you have an idea for a certain product, you can search it on Google Trends and see if it's trending upwards. If it's trending upwards, it might be a good product to sell. The next method is social media. This is one of my favorite ways of finding winning products. Social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok make money via advertising. Every day, you will see products that businesses are advertising on social media. You just need to open your eyes to the opportunity. Social media platforms make money by advertising. So brands and businesses will advertise their products. So if you're in the market for certain products, you will always find winning products that people are promoting. Make the algorithm work in your favor. Start liking posts that show products, click on ads and add to cart, initiate checkout on their website, so the algorithm tags you as a buyer. So when you do this, the ad platform will mark you as someone who's got high intent in purchasing. They will show you more products that are relevant to the niche that you're liking products in. This is a great method on TikTok. As you know, the TikTok algorithm shows you more content that you're interested in. If you like TikTok posts regarding dropshipping products, you will see more of them. And it's the same for ads. So on Facebook, every time you see a dropshipping ad, make sure you click onto the website, add to cart, initiate checkout, so Facebook tags you as a buyer. And another method for finding products is following big theme pages on Instagram. So there's plenty of big theme pages on Instagram that you can follow, and these pages make money from promotions. So there'll be many dropshippers that buy ads on these pages, and if you see these ads consistently, you can assume that the business is making money. This will also give you inspiration for new products. When you see products all over social media, you can take those products, you can find it on AliExpress, list it on your own website and sell it better yourself. So social media is a great way to find winning products. And the final method is spy tools. This method combines the previous two methods and saves you time. With spy tools and product research software, you can get real-time data on what's working in the market right now. With tools such as Jungle Scout and Ecom Hunt, you can see products selling well for other people and use it as a guide to help you find winning products. So on Ecom Hunt, they regularly post products that are doing well for other people. Now, Ecom Hunt has a lot of users, so a lot of people will also be finding these products. What you want to do is take these products as inspiration and find similar products to those. And when you do this, you'll be able to find untapped products. Now, my favorite spy tools include AdSpy, Minia, and SellAccount. These tools archive paid ads that are already doing well in the market. So AdSpy, for example, you can go into AdSpy and find ads that are doing over 100 likes per day. When people are spending money on advertising consistently, you can assume that that business is making money. You'll be able to find businesses that are already doing well with certain products. Now, with this method, you can see what's working for other people, so you can replicate and model their success yourself. So I've used this method to find many winning products. I've seen ads on my Facebook feed and then realized, oh wow, I can promote this better than them. I've taken that product and I've sold it and I've done very well. So spy tools is a great method to find winning products. The action steps for this lesson. The first thing I want you to do is pick your niche. Pick a general direction and stick to it. It can be the health niche, it can be the personal care niche, it can be the pet niche. Whatever niche it is, pick one direction and just stick to it. After you've done that, write down and memorize the winning product criteria. Look up successful products in your niche and see how they fit. And then after you've done that, start doing product research. Try to do 1 to 3 hours of product research every single day. Use all of the methods you can. Become product research. See the world in a new light. Look around you. Everywhere people are selling products to you. Every single day people are selling products to you. This is a new way of life. This is a new way of seeing the world. Now, this process never ends. Some people spend months doing product research and then launch their brand and make 7 figures within a few years. Product research is the foundation of your e-commerce business. Take it seriously. You don't need to rush it. You just need to take your time, get an understanding of the market, and then once you're ready to sell a product, list it on your website and start advertising and start testing it. So the goal for this week is for you to pick a niche and start picking winning products to sell. So in this part of the video, I'm going to go over all the frequently asked questions for branding, picking a niche, and picking winning products to sell. The first question, what is your favorite product research method? So you should use a combination of all the product research methods so you can get the most intelligence. I don't recommend sticking to only one. Use all of them. Use them all together. The more information you can feed your brain, the higher chance you have of finding a good product. So sometimes product ideas can come from absolutely anywhere. You might be walking outside and you're in the mall and you see something unique. You go home, you test it, and you make money. Use all the product research methods. This is a new new way of looking at the world. Look around and see everything you buy and see how they got money out of you. For product research methods, use all of them. There's so many more methods. You know, you can go on YouTube, you can go on Facebook. There's so many ways to find winning products. Now, if you're an absolute beginner, I'd recommend the ad spy tools. You can see what's working for other people, then reverse engineer their success. This will also help you with your belief. You'll see people doing very well right in front of your eyes. You'll see live ads that are doing $1,000 a day, making $10,000 per day. When you spy on ads that are doing well in the market, it's proof that dropshipping works. And in the beginning, you might need that belief. So I recommend the ad spy tools, but overall, it's good to use a combination of all of the product research methods. So next, how did you find your winning products? I found my best product by scrolling the AliExpress dropshipping center, so the manual research method. So I had a niche store that was selling a specific product and I was looking for more products to sell. So I went through the AliExpress dropshipping center and I was looking through the trends. So I was seeing which products are rising the most. And one of the products there caught my eye and I tested it. And with that product, I ended up doing over $1.5 million in revenue. The manual research method works. It takes a lot more time, but it's definitely viable. And for another one of my products, the boxing resistance band in the course, I found it through Facebook ads. I was scrolling through my Facebook newsfeed one day and an ad came up for a boxing resistance band. Now I train boxing, so Facebook was showing me products that they thought I was interested in. And this ad came up and I thought, wow, this product is doing very well. The engagement is very good. The likes is very good. The virality is there. So I thought about testing it. So I replicated the product. I built a store around it, and then I got my advertisements from Harry Ecom and I scaled that. So going through your social media feed, going through ads in the marketplace can help you find winning products. The final method I used was an advanced method. So after I built a strong relationship with my supplier, I asked him to find trending products in China and give me a list. So he gave me a list of products and a few of them caught my eye and I tested them and they worked. So this method is a lot more untapped, but it is a lot more advanced. You can't really do it in the beginning. So you can do it after you've found a few winning products and have a relationship with your supplier. Next question. Can I have a 2x markup instead of a 3 to 5x? You can do this for more expensive products, but I would generally recommend against it. In e-commerce, you will have many expenses such as paid advertising costs, shipping, refund and returns, payment processing, and many more. So it's essential that you have a solid gross profit margin. If you have a 2x markup, you may not be able to afford the ad costs. So I would recommend going for 3 to 5x markups. However, if you're selling products with organic TikTok and not paying for ads, you can get away with a lower markup, but you may not be able to scale with paid ads once you've already found something that works. In general, I'd recommend a 3 to 5x markup. You can get away with a 2x markup, and even in small European countries where the ad costs are cheap, you can get away with a lower markup, but in general, I'd recommend going for the 3 to 5x. Do I need to pick a niche I'm passionate about? Picking a niche you have an interest or expertise in is definitely helpful, but it is not required. When you pick a niche you're interested in, it will help you with your research as you'll be able to better understand your customers' pain points, needs and desires. So when you understand your customer better, it's much easier for you to find winning products that can fix those problems, and you'll know what to write in your copy to alleviate those concerns. However, it can be general. So if you're generally interested in health, picking the health niche is fine. Now, the truth is, you need to be passionate about making money. Like Andrew Tate said, there's a Chinese billionaire out there selling concrete. He doesn't give a fuck about concrete. He's passionate about making money. So that is your goal. At the end of the day, you want to be passionate about making money. If you can pick a niche you have an interest or expertise in, it's always a bonus. But at the end of the day, it's all about finding products that people want to buy. Does the product need to solve a problem? Now, it is much easier to sell products that solve problems for your customers, but it is not essential. There's many products out there that don't solve a problem, but people are buying. So if you want to sell products that don't solve a problem, make sure they have an extremely strong wow factor. This is how you will stand out in a newsfeed. It's good to sell products in niches that people are passionate about. For example, Pop Socks. This was a brand that sold socks, and their unique selling proposition was that customers could print photos of their dogs and put it on the socks. So the product doesn't need to solve a problem, but for beginners, I would recommend these types of products as it's easier to sell. As long as a product adds value to someone's life, they'll be happy to purchase it. However, it is much more difficult to sell products that are commodities as a customer does not need it. An example is a watch. It's much harder to sell a watch as people don't need it and they can buy it from anywhere. So if you're a beginner, I would recommend selling products that solve a problem, but it is not absolutely essential. Is it better to sell evergreen products or jump on trends? So I would recommend selling evergreen products that can sell throughout the year. And you want to pick a growing market. Now, when you do this, it'll be much easier to build a long-term business that is profitable, as you'll be able to create a long-term brand. So I recommend selling products that are evergreen and sell throughout the year. If you jump on trends, you might make money fast. You may not be able to sustain it for the long term, but it can definitely work. You can use Google Trends to analyze trends in the market. If you look up fidget spinners, for example, you can see it popped off a lot for a couple months, then it fully died down. If you sold that during the uptrend, you could have made a lot of money. However, in the long term, you can't sell it. Now, being active on social media also helps you understand what's trending. If you're active on social media, if you're active on Instagram, on TikTok, you can see which products are doing well, and then you can jump on those trends. I would recommend selling evergreen products, but it isn't a rule. You can also make money with trends. Next, how do you know if a product will sell? You can view the order count on Amazon and AliExpress to see how many orders it has. If a product has orders on AliExpress and Amazon, you know that it's something that people are buying. If a product has many orders and reviews, it's a good sign that the product has demand and is already selling well. You can also use Google Trends to see the search volume for the product. If there is a lot of search volume, it's a good sign that the product is worth testing. However, the only real answer is to test. When you spend money on ads, you will get real-time feedback from the market and you'll know if the product is viable for you. There's many times that a product has thousands of orders on Amazon and AliExpress, but when you try to sell it, you don't make any money. How do you know if a product will sell? You test it. That's the best way to do it. You can get an idea from the order count, from Google Trends, from competitors, but at the end of the day, you need to test it to see if it's going to work for you. Next, how can you find competitors that sell the same product? So you can do a Google search of the product name and add the syntax plus myshopify.com. Google will show you products that are being sold on other Shopify stores. However, the most effective way to do this is to do a reverse image search. So when you find product photos on AliExpress, Alibaba and Amazon, right click the image and click search Google for this image. And when you do this, Google will show you search results that contain the same product. Next, what price point do you recommend selling at? So I recommend selling products in the $20 to $100 price point. This is a good range for impulse buyers, which is who we're targeting with our dropshipping products. If you sell products cheaper than $20, it may be extremely hard to be profitable unless you have a high average order value or lifetime value. If you sell products cheaper than $20, but people buy multiple of them and you get a high average order value, that's completely fine. Likewise, if you sell products with a high lifetime value, which means people need to come back and buy them multiple times, you can get away with selling products for less than $20. If you sell products higher than $100, it may be a lot more difficult to get sales as customers need a lot more trust to buy products at that price point. When people see ads for products that cost over $100, they might want to Google search the product and they might want to do a lot more research before buying from you. And you may also need a higher marketing budget to test the product. In general, if you're a beginner, I recommend selling products in the $20 to $100 price point. Doesn't matter if the product you sell has a logo. So in the beginning, when you're just testing, it doesn't matter too much. When you're dropshipping, you're a retailer. You can sell other people's products. For example, if you go to Nordstrom's and buy a Louis Vuitton bag, you're not going to complain that it's from Louis Vuitton and not from Nordstrom's. When you're dropshipping, you're a retailer, so you can sell products that have other brands' logos on them. However, in the long term, if you want to create a viable brand, it would be good to sell products that don't have any branding or any logos on them. So to do this, research multiple suppliers on AliExpress so you can find versions of the product without any logos. Once you have consistent orders, you can add your own logo to the product. How can I sell consumables? So skincare, food, products that get finished. So for this product category, I do not recommend dropshipping from China due to all the regulations. To do this, you might need to use Etsy or find a local supplier for dropshipping. So finding a supplier in your actual country. Now the other option is to create your own product. Now this is an expensive process and requires sampling and ordering large amounts of products. Now, if you want to follow this route, I recommend testing the concept first before spending any money on inventory. To sell consumables and skincare, you may need to use Etsy or a local supplier or create your own product. Can I dropship from Amazon or Alibaba? Now, I don't recommend this. When you buy from Amazon, all of the packages will come with Amazon branding. When customers receive the product, they'll be extremely angry and will want a refund or a chargeback. So everybody knows about Amazon. If you're selling a product for $30 and people can get it, the exact same product on Amazon for $10 and they receive a package in Amazon branding, they'll be extremely angry. So I don't recommend dropshipping from Amazon. Now, Alibaba does offer some dropshipping, but in general, it is used for bulk orders, which is buying, for example, 100 units up front of a certain product. So Alibaba isn't a dropshipping platform, it is a wholesale platform. Now one thing is, Alibaba prices are cheaper than AliExpress because they do not include shipping costs. So an Alibaba price might only show the product cost. However, the shipping costs make up a huge portion of the overall fulfillment. So the Alibaba prices are very misrepresentative of the actual price. So I would recommend sticking to AliExpress or a dedicated dropshipping supplier. Do I need to negotiate with suppliers before selling? You don't need to negotiate with suppliers before dropshipping their products on your website. You simply list your product on your website, get customers, and then buy from AliExpress after they order from you. So once you have consistent orders, you can speak to the supplier and negotiate prices and faster shipping options. So in the beginning, you don't have to talk to any suppliers, just list their products and start selling it. And later on, you can negotiate with them. But in the beginning, just start selling. There's no need to negotiate with any suppliers. What are the biggest mistakes beginners make when picking products? So there are three main mistakes that beginners make when picking products. The first mistake is they pick products that are not unique and products that don't have a wow factor. These products can be bought from any retail store, so it doesn't grab any attention in the newsfeed. Now, if a product is not unique and it doesn't grab attention, people won't click on it, people won't want to purchase. So it's incredibly important that you pick products that have a uniqueness and a wow factor to it. The next mistake is they pick products with a low perceived value. When you do this, it's hard to sell products for a higher price point and there won't be enough profit margin to make ads. So sell products to have a high perceived value. And a final mistake is they don't dedicate enough time to product research. It is a time-consuming process and it does require many hours of hustle. You need to be patient with the process and you need to have an understanding of the market. It might take you a few weeks to find your first product. So take your time with it. Don't rush it. It's incredibly important. If you pick a bad product, it doesn't matter how good your marketing is or how good your website is, you won't be successful. Does the product or marketing matter more? So both of these factors matter, but if I had to pick, I would pick the product. It doesn't matter how good you are at marketing. If you try to sell a fundamentally poor product, you'll not be successful. At the end of the day, people buy products that have a functional benefit to their life. You can't market a terrible product. However, good marketing is also very important. You could have the best product in the world, but if you can't present it the right way, people will not purchase. So 80% of your success will come from the product itself. Focus on finding a good winning product and then create good ads regarding it. How do you determine if a product is saturated? So as you gain more experience in dropshipping and do more research, you will see certain products over and over again. If you're a complete beginner, it's very difficult to determine saturation, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. So as you get more experience in dropshipping, you will see products come up everywhere. You will see products all over TikTok, you will see products all over Facebook, and if you're seeing something too many times, you might think it's saturated. But if you're a beginner, you won't have that experience, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. What you can do is you can search for the product on Google Trends to see how popular it is. If it's been searched a million times, you might think it's too saturated. But saturation may be a good thing. Saturation may mean that the product has demand and you just have to sell it better than other people. So in general, I wouldn't worry about it too much. If you completely believe in your product, you should test it. That's the only way to know if it will be successful. You should test it. Do you recommend high-ticket dropshipping? So high-ticket dropshipping is selling products that are much more expensive. These can be products that cost $500 or $1,000. This is much more advanced. It requires a higher budget and more marketing skill, so I wouldn't recommend it for beginners. Now the upside is you'll be dealing with less customers as you'll be making more money from each individual customer. Strategy for high-ticket dropshipping is also different. Customers need a lot more trust before spending $500 on a product. In addition, the traffic source may be different. For high-ticket dropshipping, it may be more viable to do Google ads as opposed to Facebook or TikTok ads, which is more interruption-based marketing. You know, people can see an ad for a $20 product and whip out their credit card and buy right there. But for something that costs $500, they may not want to do that. So if you're just starting out, I recommend staying in the $20 to $100 price point. I have a high budget and want to start a private label brand. How does this differ? So I would recommend dropshipping first so you can test the market for demand before placing an order in bulk. You might place a 1,000 unit order and then realize that people are not interested in purchasing, so you've lost money and time. Creating a custom product takes a lot of time. It might take you 3 to 6 months to create the product and receive it, and if the product doesn't sell, you're just left with all that time wasted and all of that money. So if you are determined to do this, I would recommend getting samples made first and running ads with those samples to see if there's demand. If there's demand and you're getting consistent orders, then it may be worth placing that bulk order. If you sell products without having inventory, you should refund your customers after they buy. So after they buy, you can send them an email saying the products are out of stock and we'll give you a refund. Now when it's back in stock, we'll send you a discount code for 10% off. So if you want to start a private label brand with inventory, I recommend testing the concept first before placing the bulk order. Is it bad if my product is cheaper on Amazon? So you can sell for a much higher price on Amazon as not everybody is a value shopper. Not everybody goes to Amazon to buy products. Why do you buy shoes from Nike instead of Payless? Both shoes do the same thing. However, it's the marketing that's different. You need to ensure the marketing and the perceived value of your brand and product is higher than the price. I've sold products before for 2 times the price on Amazon and been wildly profitable. So if you have good marketing, you don't need to worry about this. Now the exception is if you're selling a very cheap product that doesn't have a high perceived value and it costs $5 on Amazon and you're trying to sell it for 50, it may not be viable. Use Amazon as an indicator of the market, but you can definitely sell for higher. How many products should I have on my store? I would recommend having between 5 to 10 products on your store that are part of a certain niche. This will build more trust with your customers and will help with increasing your average order value and lifetime value as people can buy more products. However, you will only be advertising one hero product. There is one product that will be responsible for 80% of your sales and you should advertise that. So have 5 to 10 different products on your site, but advertise one. In addition, it is best to advertise one product at a time with paid ads. The algorithm will optimize better if you do this. Have between 5 to 10 different products on your site site, but advertise one. You need to sample products before selling. So you don't need to sample products before you sell them. Sampling the product may take 2 to 4 weeks to arrive, and after the product arrives, you might run ads and realize that nobody is interested in purchasing. So you've just wasted time. So I would recommend selling the product first. Obviously, make sure you look at the reviews. If a product has poor reviews, it may not be worth selling. So if you have a product on AliExpress that has hundreds of orders and good reviews, just start selling it. And after you have consistent orders coming in, it is wise to sample it. So before you really scale, there's no significant issues. So in the beginning, there's no point in sampling a product. Test it first. If it starts getting sales, then you can sample it. But in the beginning, just start selling. Now the exception for this is organic TikTok. With this marketing method, you'll need to order the product yourself to make videos with to go viral. Now if you can, buy your product from Amazon so it arrives much faster so you can get started much quicker. And the final question, how long should product research take? Product research is a way of life. If you do this properly, you will start seeing the world in a completely different way. Everything around you was built by people that are no smarter than you, and you can change it, you can influence it, you can build your own things that other people can use. So if you look at the world around you, everybody created the products around you. So this is a whole new way of looking at life. It's not just, I'm going to do product research for a few hours and that's it. Product research is a way of life. Dedicate as much time as you possibly can to it. There is no off switch. It's all around you. Whenever you go out, you will see products. This is a new way of living. So don't rush the process. Picking a good product to build your business will be the foundation of your success. So how long should product research take? There's no off switch. You dedicate as much time as you possibly can to it. When you're going out, when you're having fun with your friends, have that vision for products that are being sold. Look around you and see what people are selling. Look what people are buying. Product research is a way of life.